Let's bring in Doppler 10 meteorologist Ross Caruso for an update on those conditions. Ross, the big question, how long will this system continue to linger over our area?
You know, for some parts of our viewing area, probably until late tomorrow morning. So this is going to be a long, drawn-out thing. Just like how yesterday started, we had rain pretty much since the mid-morning hours. We're likely going to see some extent of snow, even here in central Ohio, perhaps going into daybreak at least, I would say, here as we head into Friday. But right now, the focus is for us here in Columbus, more snow. And you can see how that has drastically reduced the visibility compared to, the sleet and some of the freezing rain. Those particles were falling much faster from the sky towards the surface. But the snow is here in Columbus, and that is going to gradually taper to the south and east for us as we head into the early part of tonight. But we're likely going to see, I'd say, a solid couple hours of some moderate to heavy snow. Might even see some snow rates of upwards of a half to an inch per hour. So easily seeing some plowable snow by the time we head into about 8 o'clock tonight. And we still got more snow on the way. Down to the south, though, we're still looking at that transition to sleet, freezing rain moving further south into parts of Morgan County. But we're still looking at that of just plain snow across parts of Bellefontaine. Seeing some reports close to 8 inches up there. Further to the south and east, we're still starting to see that snow begin to accumulate here in town. Just in the south towards Lancaster and the Fairfield County, we're looking at more of that icy mixture, which between sleet, freezing rain, which, by the way, still showing some sleet in Chillicothe, but you're likely still dealing with that rain freezing on contact with the surface. Even now further south towards Jackson, Wellston area, Athens, you're going to be looking at that ice accumulation for the next couple hours before this line is going to be moving further south and east to where we'll see that of just some snow. But again, heading into the early part of tonight, here we're at 8 o'clock. Not a whole lot of movement. So continuing to see that snow fall across much of central Ohio along I-71 and towards the north and west. Even not as heavy to the north as we head into the early part of the overnight, but now starting to see that snow accumulate for those in southeastern Ohio from Zanesville down towards Morgan County, even into tomorrow morning around 7 a.m. You're still looking at accumulating snow across parts to the south and east, where us here in Columbus will see some scattered light snow showers, which again aren't really going to be adding much as far as the potential for totals, but is just going to continue to allow for blowing and drifting snow, which again is going to be a concern. But even as we're in the midst of this event, we still got some amounts as far as ice and snow. For more on that, we'll send things over to meteorologist Mackenzie Bart.
Hey, thanks, Ross. And not only is the blowing snow going to be a problem as we head into the commute tomorrow. The blowing snow is going to be difficult, but keep in mind the ice is going to be underneath that, as well as the snow that we're now continuing to see fall. Taking a look at those snowfall accumulations, you can see that we've already seen places up to 7 inches of snowfall in the Bellefontaine area, 6 inches in Mansfield. This is as that cold air continues to filter into our area, which will really cause problems as we continue to see this build up throughout the night tonight. Now, temperatures expected to fall back into the teens tomorrow morning, so that's going to be another reason why we could see some refreeze out there. So make sure you have that scraper if you do have to head out the door early tomorrow morning. You're definitely going to need it. I know it took me a good 10 minutes out there just this afternoon. It's definitely going to take you a little while to clean up that car as you head out the door early tomorrow. And for the look at that early commute and for the rest of the forecast, let's send things back to Ross Caruso.
Yeah, Mackenzie, and especially for a lot of us that have seen the freezing rain, the sleet, and the snow, you're going to have layers of a frozen mess because everybody's going to be falling well into the teens for us later into the overnight. We've made some adjustments earlier this evening as far as our amounts pertaining to the ice, but still looking at that heavy icing, especially for those that are under that ice storm warning. And again, even for those into Muskingum County, looking at some measurable ice accumulation of about 1/10 to 1/4 of an inch, gradually tapering off to the north and east, and especially north and west of Columbus. Pretty much with all the snow that's coming in, we're done with the freezing rain through much of Franklin County, maybe a little bit longer for those far to the south and east, even parts of Grove City. But we are going to be watching that snow begin to accumulate now. So again, we're going to see the layering of light ice, sleet, which again, ice clumps together, and then snow on top of that, where we're going to be looking at easily 4 to 7 inches of snow here in Columbus, further to the north, 6 to 10, down to the south and east, especially towards Zanesville, where you're looking at more ice, probably going to be on the order of 2 to 4 inches. And then everybody's going to be dealing with frigid conditions tomorrow, snow tapering off into the afternoon, highs in the 20s, much of the same, but more sunshine and some calm weather for us for the weekend, with highs climbing back to around 32 degrees on Sunday.